Hi everybody, this special episode is brought to you by MC Spark Auto Body Wraps. What makes this episode special is, as you've seen the opening, I am getting flued out. I am flying in the air to a customer from Orlando, Florida, all the way to Indiana. What makes this episode special is the fact that they spotted me out of all rappers. They flew me out to come wrap their car from Orlando, Florida, all the way to Indiana. So this is me at the Indiana airport. I had a little time to spare, so I, just gandered and seen what they had. I'm an art person, so I'm looking at their little art section, which is basically just music of Indiana. It's not real, actual art, but it's artists. What also makes this special is that I was blessed enough to bring my baby girl with me on this trip. I was super happy that she was able to come with me, so I gave her a cute little treat. So this is her at the little candy shop at the airport. I'm letting her pick whatever she wants. Now, just to get into the wrap, this is the Range Rover that I got called out for. I like to start off by removing everything that needs to be removed. So the door handles, of course, was one of the main things that I had to take off, so that way I can get behind the handle properly. This technique wasn't hard at all because it was like a screw inside that just had to be loose enough for me to take off the door handle. So the actual, door panels and windows didn't have to come off with this model. I just had to loosen up that screw and pop the handles off. So I like to start off, like I mentioned, to take off everything that I like to or need to take off. So like the emblems, the names, of course the door handles as I mentioned, and I properly clean it so that way it'll be nice and prepped before I start wrapping it. And I like to keep my letters all together, so of course it'll be harder to lose, and I know where I put them because it's noticeable. So now, this particular customer, they wanted their Range Rover to be majority matte green, like a gator green, and everything that was a gloss black that came original to the car, like the factory settings of the car. They basically just wanted me to make everything black to matte black. And of course the major panels like the doors, the trunk and everything else, all of that is going to be green. Just to give you a glimpse of what's going on so far. Okay, so at this point, I'm just so confused with Indiana. It looks like a freaking cartoon. They had these big ass bees flying around. They had random bunny rabbits just chilling in their grass, frolicking. Their grass wasn't even grass. It was like flowers. As you see, like the flowers were flying off a tree, like you see flowers flying in an anime. That's the fat ass bee I was talking about. It was beautiful. I ain't gonna lie, it was beautiful. The only thing I don't like is how cold it got. So one day it'll be hot, one day it'll be warm, one day it'll be perfect, and then the next morning it's snowing, and then it's cold the rest of the day. So the fact that I'm working in the garage, it was very confusing to work in, I would say, but it was a lesson learned that I know not to do anymore. Of course, you're not supposed to really wrap in the cold because it messes with the temperature of the wrap and it makes it more difficult for you to get a handle on things. But I managed to do it anyway. So here I am working on the hood. I am pretty much done. As you can see, I'm pretty much done. She wanted me to do her rims as well, but those aren't the type of rims that necessarily get wrapped, because it has end curves. Like the spokes are okay, but the flat area, it curved in, and that's what made it difficult. So if the whole rim was all flat, then it'll been perfect. So she said that she was just gonna get new rims eventually anyway. But after I did the hood, I only had the bumper to do. And as you can see, the silver piece, that chrome silver piece to my left, I had to do that all black. She wanted the rims to be black, if it makes sense, of course, because everything else is matte green and black. So for anybody who's just now tuning in to any of my videos, if you go to any of my social networks, you'll see that I do more than wrap. I tint, I do chrome deletes, I do the stars in the headliners, the Rolls Royce stars in the ceiling of your car. I do all that good stuff. I do decals, like the stickers on your car. I advertise your business, XYZ. So I don't like to limit myself into one place, one space, and one thing. So that's why I, introduce myself as a travel rapper. So that way my customers know that they can come to me or I can come to them. Now for this Range Rover sign, you see I didn't scratch off like the background of the Rover or the Range Rover, so that way I know exactly where I'm going to be putting it back at. I like to do it like that because it's real simple. You can't even see it anyway because it's going to be recovered. I use adhesive to make it stay on there. Seeing that it's just wrap glue or just regular glue. Let me not say regular glue. You can use super glue. There's vehicular glue, like vehicle glue. All that good stuff works. So after I pretty much got done with everything, I started to put the letters back. I waited to put the door handles back for last, of course. But I always kept one on because, of course, you got to open and close the doors. So I always left at least one door handle on. So I did the very first door handle, put it back, and then left the rest of them off until I got done with them, or the doors, and then put it back, of course. But these are the results of everything. So you'll see everything that I did matte black, and of course the green. Now I will incorporate some pictures in here so that way you can see how it looks still. I also got my pictures on my Instagram. I believe I have it on TikTok. Not sure, but here's a glimpse. I want to say this would have normally taken me 4 days at the most, but because I attempted to do the rims and then I took them off, that took longer. Again, I brought my baby girl with me, even though that was a blessing that they let me do that. It took longer. So now I know that if she does come with me again, I'm definitely hiring a nanny, either here in Orlando or, of course, in Indiana. Either way, time management is very crucial to me. I like to handle things in a timely manner. So it took me about 5 days to get this done because of the two-tone, and then because I started on the rims and then I took it off. So it wasn't necessary for me to waste time on them, but I did anyways. But it came out great. My customer loved it. She wants me to come back. She's going to get another Range Rover. She wants me to do that one. She wants me to do the stars and the headliners on this one. When I tell you that I was super excited, happy, blessed to get the opportunity to do this, like, look at it. Look at it. It's so clean. And I did this 100% by myself. Challenge? Yes. Would I do it again? Hell yes. If you're interested, contact me on my Instagram, TikTok, any of my social platforms, and I will get back to you as soon as possible with any questions or concerns you may have. And thank you again for tuning in to another episode of MC Spark Out of Body Raps. Peace out.